On to the next session for the day. Businesses have become more data driven and agile in the post pandemic world. As a result, they started to search for new channels and ways of customer acquisition, and digital ad space was their ultimate savior. They soon discovered language and regional content are the keys that will lead them to India's next billion internet users. So, to address this interesting conversation, in our next presentation, ShareChat, you will learn the following: 1. Where to find the language first audience. 2. How can brands and agencies use data and technology powered platforms to reach their target audience? 3. Success stories from someone who's forward looking brands. I repeat, success stories from some forward looking brands. So, the topic for this session is empowering businesses across India by using power of content, language, data, and AI, artificial intelligence. The speakers on this panel are Debasmita Ghosh, the Director of Sales, ShareChat and Moj; Palkush Rai Chawla, Product Head, Ads and Monetization, ShareChat and Moj. Now, may I welcome the speakers to take the floor, please?
Hello, everyone. How are you doing today? Hi, Pallavi. Thank you for the introduction. Hi, and thank you so much for this opportunity to present ShareChat to you all. We are very, very excited. I'll quickly take a moment to present my screen.
Sure.
Is it visible to all?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am, it's visible to us.
Awesome, great. Today's topic, of course, is, basically to understand how ShareChat has been helping businesses, and empowering businesses across India by using power of content, language, data, and AI. And, before we actually kind of delve a little deeper into understanding of the platform and the audiences, the very, very unique audiences that we cater to, a quick minute to basically, understand how ShareChat will actually help you reach the audiences that matter. The audiences which are not residing in your urban pockets. They are essentially from your tier 2, 3, 4 cities and towns. And how do we reach them? We reach them, through various, including various targeting parameters like your interest targeting, behavior targeting, location, language, contextual targeting, and much, much more. All right. We can reach your brand to close to about 160 million people who use ShareChat on a monthly basis, out of which 75% are millennials, and they spend close to about 30 minutes on the app, which goes to say how sticky the app is. And, we are present in 15 local languages as of today. We basically have tailor-made solutions for every industry, every vertical. If you're a large enterprise, we have localized and personalized ad formats, that can target your ad to the Bharatvasis. If you're an e-commerce brand, you're looking at, driving desirable call to action through redirection, basically ending up in online sales. We have that available with us. For MSME brands and localized businesses, we understand that it is key to basically reach audiences with the geo-targeting or localized targeting, and we have that, with us. So the rise of digital India, which happened pretty much post the a data boom facilitated by Geo. I mean, it also resulted in the phenomenal growth that we have seen at ShareChat in recent times. If we look at some recent data points, what we see is that there has been almost a 13% increase in rural digital data consumption because of restricted movements, with the pandemic situation. That has contributed positively to our growth as well. On the right hand side, you see the growth trajectory that we have witnessed between the Q1 of 2020 till very recently. There has been a steady growth. We are currently at about 160 million monthly active users, and we've also seen a positive trend in terms of the time spent on the platform. So that has also grown between an 18 to 31 minutes. A quick look at the stats that we have for our short video platform Merge. It was incepted in June of 2020, just been a year of our launch, and we've seen a phenomenal growth. Very, very impressive numbers here. Currently at a 120 million monthly active users and 100 plus 100 million plus downloads is what we have for you. Average user spends about 34 minutes on the app with a frequency of 3 times. In many ways, it will not be incorrect to say that ShareChat is indeed, spearheading India's internet revolution. We are changing the way regional India or language first India is interacting on the internet, is consuming content. We are also enabling these people to kind of, express themselves, share their opinions. They are very, very opinionated. They have a point of view. And we are basically kind of providing them the platform to kind of exchange ideas, build relevant communities, discovering trends in a really unbiased and non-judgmental sort of a environment, Our motto remains building meaningful social experiences in the language first ecosystem. A closer look, at our, consumers, the consumers that we kind of reach out to with our platform. These are essentially your language first audiences who, do not reside in the urban pockets or the metros. They are essentially from the tier 2, 3, 4 cities and towns with a, mostly first-time internet users. They have a digital age of between 3 to 5 years. Thereby there's a huge potential untapped market for brands, thereby making it very, very lucrative for brands to actually acquire new users or customers through ShareChat, right? These people typically spend an upwards of 5+ hours, on a weekly basis on the internet. 78% of Bharat, actually engages in social media activity, and their preferred, mode of content consumption is audiovisual or storytelling. Entertainment and networking are the major determinants that, these people have in terms of content consumption. This is our community heat map. If you see, interestingly, we are extremely strong in the south. Tamil, Telugu, Malayalam, and Kannada actually form the biggest chunk of our audience pool, close to about 67 million audiences we get from the south, followed by Hindi, and then your languages from the east, which are Bengali, Oriya, Assamese, and then finally Marathi, Gujarati from the west. Now, what's our unique value proposition or our ad offerings? We basically have solutions or ad offerings ranging from your typical media-led inventories to, customized solutions and, whole gamut of offerings available on the platform, and which can be utilized, by a brand, keeping in mind the end KPIs or the objectives that the brand wants to drive, through our platform. So basically a quick, sort of a rundown of the, offerings that we have. The first one that you see is a full screen experience called the exit interstitial. Once you're actually exiting the app, user gets to see this. Very effective in terms of brand recall and all of that. The second one is an app takeover. It's a app launcher, which is like a 4 or 5 second video, which finally settles into the first pin post on the homepage. Again, a very, very effective sort of an inventory to, if your brand is thinking of a launch, or if there's a special announcement or anything, basically that a brand wants to talk about. Right. Then we have the custom web cards. Very interesting propositions we have here, because there's a lot that we can do in terms of interactive banners. It's a very popular format with many brands, basically, because we do gamifications, we do custom notifications, we do branded polls. All of that are part of our custom web cards. Right. Then we have the trending feed ads, which is fairly simplistic. We put your ad on the home feed. Then there's the video feed, which is again a vertical full screen experience. In fact, for video first brands, we have quite a few offerings which are quite engaging. We have the outstream format, we have the in-stream format, which is like a mid-roll in between relevant content. Again, a very, very successful. We've done several very successful campaigns through our in-stream feed as well. On the extreme right, we have the first pinned post, which is on a prime real estate on the homepage. It is the first pinned post on the homepage. Right. I will ask Palkush to kind of take over for the product offerings.
Hey, am I audible?
Yes.
Sure. Thanks, everyone. Thanks. I would just quickly try to expand on what just Debasmita mentioned, right? So largely what Debasmita mentioned was around the different capabilities we have in terms of the front end, how the ad looks and feels for a given user. But as we can see, there's a lot of thought and intelligence which goes behind in building such ads, both on the creative side as well as the implicit or explicit targeting side. So on the creative side, we have established a very good ad format, or a very good, I wouldn't even call it ad format, but a very good proposition where we are leveraging our creator ecosystem. There are a lot of original creators who are associated with ShareChat and Moz, and we are connecting them with brands to create ad copies, videos, largely short videos, which are very relatable to our audience. So like Debasmita mentioned, we are a ecosystem of creators on one side, which come from a certain demographic, and our users are also from that demographic. That's the advantage of being a UGC platform. And at our scale, we are touching the lives and the different demographics at a very high scale. So a PGC ad, which is typically, a Massy ad, which is a TV commercial, may not fit in the specs of this format because it doesn't feel native to a short video app. And to bridge this gap, we have established a new proposition where we connect our creators, which is original creators, with brands. There is a process around, where the copy of the ad, the script, everything is approved by the brand. And then these creators then create very relatable and highly shareable and engageable ads, which are native to our platform. We have seen that these kind of ads not only have increased engagement, the likes, shares, comments are very high, but also down the funnel metrics like conversion and CTRs on these ads are much higher because users are understanding what the content promotion is all about, rather than just seeing, let's say, a typical video or an animation or a banner where they would most likely not even understand what the ad is all about. So that's on the creator ads front, a very popular approach which we have pioneered in this space. Debasmita, can you move to the next slide? Another clear extension of this is branded hashtag challenge. So branded hashtag challenge is nothing where a brand wants to establish their core messaging to the end user while borrowing the voice of influencers or the native creators of a certain platform, right? So if you talk about numbers, on Moj itself, we have over 1 million creators who are creating content on an everyday basis. Now, these creators can potentially lend their voice to engage in a concept or in a branded challenge where it is engaging for a user to watch as well. For example, in this, Debasmita will explain more in detail as a case study later, but what you see is that there is an AR filter and the creator or the influencer in picture is trying to engage with the brand in a meaningful way. And brand is in a way, able to persist or able to communicate their messaging to the client to the users in a very, very engaging format. And the benefit of such challenge is that it's the most native format onto a short video platform. It doesn't seem like an ad. It is something which every creator loves to participate in. There is a dedicated section in the app where a lot of these users like to engage and see what their favorite influencer is created on that same concept, right? So these challenges as a concept is a social media phenomena. Branded challenge is just an extension of that, which is extremely successful in short video ecosystem. The same goes for the branded AR lenses. So we have partnered with Snap, an exclusive partnership. So none of our short video competitors have this in their apps right now, where we have access to AR Kit or Snap's AR Kit, where we are able to use the Lens Studio and create a lot of these branded effects, which are very high performing, which are very engaging for the users. And it opens a plethora of opportunities for us to co-create with our creators. So what that means is that we can work together, get on the same table with the brand marketer as well as our creators, and then ideate. Okay, these are the kind of propositions, or these are the kind of AR augmented reality lenses which we would want to work on. And we have in-house expertise to materialize those concepts into actual lenses and publish them on the fly on our app. What this enables is that a lot of our creators love to use these lenses because it gives a prompt or a prop for them to create. Typically, short video is a very high frequency posting platform. Unlike YouTube or unlike other platforms, creators have to post 2 to 3 times a day. That's how they get popular. And any prop or prompt to them which is promoted to them in forms of AR lenses is the best way for them to create. And if a brand is able to leverage this behavior of creators while engaging the audience as well as co-creating some concepts which communicate their brand message, this is the perfect scenario for brand to influencer collaboration as well, where a lot of creation then happens on these lenses. We have seen examples of this getting really popular. For example, whenever there's a movie launch, you would see a lens coming up on Instagram as well as other platforms. We are also trying to completely, expand on that category and leverage it not just for media partners but for other brands as well. That how we can co-create such AR lenses for our platform and creators. I would also quickly want to touch on the intelligence behind it. So, like I said, there are two aspects on the overall proposition which ShareChat provides to its brand partners. One is the audience, which I think Devasmita covered quite well in detail. The second is the format, which is very native and very exclusive to this audience because they engage with short video. They love vernacular content. They love ads which are more relatable to them. And the third aspect, which is very important, is the AI and ML technology, which powers the delivery of such ads. Right. So just to give you a brief idea without going too much in detail, I would love to share a snapshot of where we are in terms of our AI capabilities. Devasmita, if you can move to next slide. Thanks. So as you know that ShareChat is an AI first platform. We do not rely on social graphs like friends and followers, like our social media apps like Twitter and Facebook, but we rely on our AI capabilities to recommend content to a user, whether it's a new user, whether it's a diverse user from, let's say, East India in some specific town, or it's an urban user from Bangalore. Our AI will learn from the long-term trends of that cohort and consume all the signals to recommend the right content for them. We are just extended the same technology for ads as well as promoted content as well, where we have tried to build a parity with all the best in class ad platforms like Facebook and Google, and all of the features that you would see there, whether it is optimized creative rotation, whether it is controlling the frequency of ads to a user at a minute, hour, week, month level, whether it is explicit targeting which is being made available to you, lookalike audience, custom audience. All of these features are available with ShareChat right now, and we are able to leverage that in tandem with our AI capabilities, which is predicting the propensity of the end user to click, install, or eventually, let's say, down funnel convert on these ads as well. And based on that, the ads are ranked for a user, and each of the ad spot is auctioned for the advertiser on the advertiser's behalf. This way, we are able to maximize the revenue for us, as well as make sure the ads are relevant for the user, as well as make sure that advertisers are getting their ROI. So this three-party trade-off, we are able to manage at massive scale of 600 million to 700 million impressions, which we are serving every day on a real-time basis with our AI technology. Yep, that's it on the AI front. Another thing which is extremely important, especially for brand advertisers, is that brand safety on a UGC platform is usually a concern by a lot of these partners, and there's a reason for that, because lot of Indian platforms do not do enough to ensure brand safety of ads as well as content on their platform. ShareChat, while it's a new platform, but the technology that we use for brand safety is very mature, because we have had this technology from the set go. From 2017 onwards, we have invested heavily in making sure that the moderation pipelines as well as the brand safety on our platform, not just for ads, but content, is benchmarked to the best level possible by any social media platform. So what that means is that we have AI capabilities to recognize brand unsafe content. We flag them as they're uploaded. They don't even go live on the platform. And then there are various checkpoints based on manual reviewing once a post starts getting more traction. Then again, expedited reviewing whenever even a threshold of users report a certain content. And even beyond that, let's say if there are still doubts that, okay, this is the kind of content which our community guidelines deem as brand safe, but a brand feels that they don't want to associate with that content, we have exclusive ad properties which are directly 1:1 mapped to what kind of content you want to show an ad into. So the ad properties which Debasmita talked about, which is first pin post, exit interstitial, they are completely away from any kind of content. As well as in-stream ads, you get to choose what genre, what language, what exact creators content you want to insert ads in. So that's about brand safety. Another very exciting thing for us to share with everybody, especially for the SMB businesses, that we have launched ShareChat ads platform in beta now, and it's open for people to explore. What anybody could do is that they could go on the platform, they can sign up themselves, create ads, they can use plethora of targeting which we provide, right? So we have targeting variables ranging from demographics to behavior to device properties, as the previous speaker was mentioning, right? All of those are available because we are a mobile first platform, and all of the entire campaign control, the analytics is available for anybody to see. So especially for SMB customers who want to explore language first audience, let's say if there is a business owner in Chennai who wants to promote their shop, this suite of tools is going to be supremely helpful for them to extract ROI from the audience near them.
Right.
Over to Debasmita. Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks for the time.
Thank you, Palkush. I'll quickly kind of talk about a few case studies. We wanted to put more, but of course, there's a time crunch. Thereby, just a few, case studies we will kind of take you through. So again, a very impressive chart here. We've just been monetizing for a year and a half, and you see the kind of brands that we've worked with. We've worked across verticals, right from your e-commerce to OTT to your gaming, then FMCG, CPG. I mean, we've worked all across, and what is interesting is that these are not one-off campaigns. I mean, these brands are in for longer associations with us because they understand, the way we are driving, the narrative in the regional ecosystem, right? So yeah, this of course, Palkush has spent some time on it. I'll quickly kind of talk about this particular hashtag challenge, which is one of our recent ones that we've done on March around Holi, hashtag Ye Holi Fanta Wali, which is the objective was to kind of drive user engagement and participation, and we used a lot of these really cool lenses, thereby kind of resulting in a lot of virality on the platform. We roped in about 30 odd influencers for this campaign, and basically a very, very successful campaign, because you can see the stats here. We did close to about 636 million views in total, 334,000 UGC videos were created, and 28 million engagements on this particular campaign. Again, a small, snapshot of what Amazon had done with us. Again, this is not just a one-off. I mean, Amazon and basically the e-com guys, they basically take our platform to announce their sale day. Basically, talk about if there's an announcement related to sale, if there's a sustenance campaign related to sale. So they basically kind of engage with our audiences, especially for sale driven campaigns, and they majorly take their the high impact properties or the app takeovers with the first pin post and our exit interstitial, which grabs the right amount of eyeballs for a sale driven communication. So some of the stats that are mentioned here, about 171 million impressions were delivered on this particular campaign with 1.7% CTR and 2.72%, 2.72 million reach, right? A quick recap on why brands need to associate with our platform. As many of you would agree, the future of internet pretty much lies in the larger Bharat, right? And people are looking away from just a Facebook, Instagram, and a Twitter, which is again very, very urban phenomenons. We actually provide a platform for the 90% of the new internet users who are not restricted to the urban pockets, right? And we actually provide them with a platform which is, unbiased, non-judgmental. They can communicate in their native language, which they are most comfortable communicating in. And in that space, a brand basically reaches to them in, with their communication, again, in that native language. So there is a seamless connect right there. And thereby we've seen that so many brands have been interested in partnering with us and, to deliver on their objectives. So that's a wrap from us. Pallavi?
Okay, hi. It was lovely hearing you, Ms. Ghosh, and your team. Very enriching, very informative. We have some questions from our audience for you. Of course, please, any speaker, feel free to address the question. So the first question we have for the team here is, being a brand based in the South, how can you help target South Indian speaking consumers outside the 5 southern states?
I'll take that up, Pallavi. So, basically, of course, we have the language targeting, right? Which is, one of the targeting parameters that brands can very effectively use in order to, reach a particular language. So essentially, if you're looking at reaching, Tamil speaking audiences, you need not restrict it to Tamil Nadu. If you choose the language, it can basically reach out to all the users who are using Tamil as an interface on the app, right? So that's how very effectively using our language, targeting, you can reach a language which is not restricted to a particular geo, but all across the country.
Yeah, just to add that, we see a lot of NRIs also, especially from the South Indian states. A lot of NRIs use ShareChat app from outside India as well. Like, so you can potentially reach anybody who speaks that language in the world.
Absolutely, yeah.
Lovely. So that I have one more question from the audience. I think our audience is very excited to ask. So, keeping in mind the diverse culture in the south of India, what are the challenges as a brand that you face to ensure a stable and loyal consumer base?
Well, I mean, I honestly, I don't see that there are too many challenges here, because of course, in terms of loyalty, are you kind of hinting loyalty towards a brand? I did not quite get the question that well.
Okay. So what the audience would like to know is that, every geographical geographically defined arena in India, India being a very diverse country and diverse populace, every brand has a set of challenges that they face to ensure consumer loyalty in today's day and age, right? Because consumers have numerous options when it comes to choosing brands, right, that meet their needs. So as a brand, based in the South is of course a very diverse culture, very different, especially from the North. So, what are the kind of challenges, maybe not just challenges, but also what are the kind of facets that you would keep in mind to ensure a stable consumer base and consumer loyalty in the long term?
I got that. Okay, great. So, I mean, that definitely, defines, I mean, the challenges that you're talking about are real challenges. And, we at ShareChat actually recognize that, and we have ways to address that because, what we do, at ShareChat is that, because we understand that India is a very, very unique country with, major linguistic diversity. And it's not only linguistic, it is also, every 500 kilometers, the customs change, the language changes, the behavior changes, right? And we actually are cognizant of the fact, and we tailor make solutions which basically have a lot of regional resonance. You know what I mean? So even when brands come to us, saying that we want to reach out to a certain segment. I mean, we have brands coming to us saying that we want to reach coastal Karnataka, with our offering. And, believe me, we actually can customize solutions because we understand the flavor of that region, right? If it's coastal Karnataka, if it's coastal Kerala, if it's, northern Karnataka, there's a huge disparity in terms of, their behavior and regional, local customs and all of that. So we keep all of this in mind, and we also kind of get into the creative solutioning process. So that the outcome in terms of the creatives that we actually push for these audiences are in sync with their traditions, their customs, their understanding, and all of that, right? So that is one thing that we typically kind of offer to brands.
Lovely. So, of course, I have another question from the audience. In the previous session, Vivi, the speaker, Mr. Sharma, he spoke about the power of vernacular Indic languages. In your opinion, that means Team ShareChat's opinion, can brands capitalize on reaching some premium customer segments through regional languages?
Yeah? Yes. Of course. I mean, that is where the, targeting actually comes into play, as, Palkush mentioned that, other than the basic level of targeting, which is your geo, language, gender, which, most platforms have, right? We also have device-based targeting, which essentially kind of, you can actually target basis the device pricing, the make, the handset that you're actually using, all of that, capabilities are there on the platform. And that is how very effectively, brands can reach out to mass audiences, as well as, the high income group, because typically that is a determinant, right? That, the kind of handsets that you're using. So Palkush, if you want to add something to this,
Yeah, absolutely. So I think there's a common misconception that regional audience does not mean premium. Like, we have not seen that case to be at all. Like, if you look at certain premium manufacturers, like OnePlus, like our overlap with OnePlus is like almost 20% in some of our regions. So that's not something which is not possible largely. And one is device information, which, let's say, platforms like Vivi provide. On top of that, we have a lot of time spent by these users on our app. So there are a lot of first party signals that they are generating based on the kind of content they browse, the kind of profiles they follow. They explicitly give a lot of those implicit information to us as well. And we use that to synthesize and extrapolate that to our entire massive reach. So our massive reach is over 160 million users, right? So even if, let's say, 20 million users are implicitly giving that information to us, our AI capabilities are strong enough to extrapolate that 20 million to 160 million, because we have access to create lookalike audiences, right? So because of which, finding a premium user in with a regional targeting becomes even more easier on a ShareChat compared to, let's say, a Facebook.
Okay, that was very interesting. I have to say thank you so much to this whole team for being here today, taking up the time. It's been definitely very enriching, very interesting. And can I take any closing remarks? Because we've moved towards the end, we're at 12:35. So, are there any closing remarks from any of you that I can take?
I think I'm good. Palkush, do you want to kind of take any?
No, I think thanks a lot for inviting
Yeah.
us. Very happy to share about the product that we are building and our approach towards this market. We know that we are the pioneers in this market in terms of the kind of solutions we are building, because traditional approach has been just to sell inventory and earn CPMs. We realize that advertisers are savvy enough to look for cost per result and eventual ROI. And from the set go, we have invested largely in building for that, while keeping our audience in mind. So that unique approach is something which differentiates us, and we are happy to invite all the people who are listening to try ShareChat ads out in one form or the other.
Thank you, Palkush. I think Pallavi's dropped out of the call. Her screen's frozen. Thank you very much for joining us today. We also look at similar sessions tomorrow. I'm sure the audience, their colleagues are going to join us, and we'll have some great lineup. So thank you very much for joining us. Thank you, the audience, for joining us. And we look forward to some interesting sessions tomorrow as well.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, everyone.